We were successful.
Put me in there.
More fighting. I do this for all of us. A little scratch won't stop me.
What's my strategy?
My turn?
Ready for anything. I'm awake.
There's no stopping me.
For the Empire.
Put the plan into action.
I will prevail. I do not tolerate obstacles.
I'll cut a bloody path. The enemy is trapped. They clearly intend.
Troops waiting in the woods to ambush? We must avoid it.
Pretty good, huh?
The only possible outcome.
All is going to plan.
Ignorance is deadly. This...
For Bridget,
Now!
Come at me. So I do not tolerate obstacles. Let's keep up the pace. Well done. This is my stage now.
Maybe...
I do not tolerate obstacles. You're quite adept.
Now's our chance. It won't be in vain.
For the fate of Foden.
Another victory.
It's win or die.
Well done.
Let's keep up the pace.
Shouldn't strain myself.
I do not tolerate obstacles.
sweet of you.
Now!
Now,
I'll dirty my hands if I must.
It won't be in vain. I'm strong.
More fighting.
Ignorance is deadly.
your death is not in vain.
Something to believe in! All is going to plan.
Splendid attack.
Keep up the pace.
The time is now.
Now.
All right.
Predictable.
Missed.
It's over. I must lead them well.
strength.
I must pull through.
Thanks so much. Little scratch won't stop me.
Thank you. Another victory. Well done. What's my strategy? It won't be in vain.
Trespassing on holy ground is a grave sin. sorry, Flynn.
Father! Father, why? This makes me terribly sad.
So...
What's my strategy?
For the Empire!
Trespassing on hold.
Ready for anything.
I'm sorry.
I can't fall just yet.
Another victory.
I do this for all of us.
I'm awake.
My turn?
There's no stopping me.
I will prevail.
For the Empire!
More fighting. This makes me terribly...
You fiend!
just my luck to be born. What's my strategy? It won't be in vain.
I'll cut a bloody path.
More fighting. Sweet of you. I do this for all of us. Still here.
I'm awake. Ready for anything.
For the Empire!
This makes me...
One of us has to die!
I'd hope...
What's my strategy?
I do this for all of us. Pretty good, huh? Maybe more fighting.
I'll cut a bloody path. Her will demands it.
Another victory.
I'm awake. My turn?
For the Empire!
Ready for anything.
This makes me terrified.
Dying would defeat the purpose. We will burn together! Put me in there. I'm awake.
There's no stopping me.
I will prevail.
I'm grateful.
I can't protect you like I promised. I have to kill you. Predictable.
What's my strategy?
Put me in there.
I'm awake.
More fighting.
I'll cut a bloody path.
I can't fall just yet.
I will prevail. I do this for all of us. I do this for all of us.
Tread carefully.
What's my strategy?
There's no stopping me.
I will prevail.
For the Empire.
I'm awake.
Can't pull back yet. I owe you one.
I will prevail.
There's no stopping me.
My turn? Ready for anything. What's my strategy?
Not so fast!
What's my strategy?
I do this for all of us.
Can't pull back yet.
I'm awake.
I can't fall just yet.
There's no stopping me.
My thanks.
I must pull through. It won't be in vain.
Put me in there.
For the Empire.
Can't pull back yet. Thanks for helping.
Ready for anything.
Tread carefully. You're quite adept.
What's my strategy?
Put me in there.
I will prevail.
For the Empire.
Let's do this!
I'll fight to the very end.
We're ready!
Each mile. For the fate of Vogel.
Put me in there. very end. Thanks for helping.
I must pull through.
Put me in there. I owe you one.
For the Empire!
I will prevail.
What's my strategy?
I'll fight to the very end.
I'm awake.
Thanks for helping.
I do this for all of us.
I owe you one. Put me in there. Can't pull back yet.
Gerald.
We fought them off. Good work. We've repelled the principal force of the Knights and defended Garrett. Hubert, I require a damage report at once.
Yes, Your Majesty. We will have to make inquiries about the status of the main army.
My thank you.
Lady Rhea, I am afraid I must report that we lost Seteth and Flame. We were able to make a clean sweep of those who came to attack us. The unit that invaded the monastery has been completely driven away. A bitter disappointment. I fear we can do nothing but retreat for now.
Seteth. Flame. First my mother. And now those two have been stolen away as well? Must you take everything from me?
Lady Rhea.
No amount of repentance will bring your wretched soul salvation. You will be chained to the Valley of Torment. Eternally walk the desert until the skin rots from your bones. I will ensure that you pay for your sins, Professor! In the name of the Nabitans, I swear it!
Edelgard, Your Majesty, I am so sorry.
Silence. We must tend to your wounds.
It will do no good. I can't be saved. Ladislava has also passed. The enemy has withdrawn. You.
Understood. Another loss on my watch, as more blood wets my feet. They grow heavier with each step. Remorse, resentment, despair. I have dispensed with all such things to come this far.
And we must keep moving forward.
Hubert, tell me the status of the enemy.
The battle has ended in a draw with severe injuries on both sides. Some known commanders have been slain. The most worthy of mention among the dead was the second-in-command to Rhea herself, Seteth. With the death of Alois, the Knights of Seros have taken a huge blow as well. Garreg Mach has not taken much damage, and so it would not be out of line to claim it as a victory for us.
Yes, we'll call that a victory. Although, I'm sure they will say the same.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Oh, what a terrible opponent that was! Why is the church always like this? How am I supposed to train for that? It was way too scary.
When I saw the enemy enter Garreg Mach, I prepared myself mentally for death. I thought it would be a fine time to die. But I suppose it wasn't quite the time after.
Our luck was good to have grabbed victory. The church has great strength. We must not have grief, but must keep fighting. Can we be fighting now?
This was certainly a momentous victory. We lost a lot, but we also gained a lot. Certain lords in the kingdom have examined the situation again and decided to join our cause, changing their fealty based on just one battle. They are all a disgrace to the nobility.
Today, our enemy held many faces I knew well. If we must fight to the death with that kind of opponent, what will become of this world?
There's no stopping me. I'm ready to go strike. Everyone must see that we can easily unite Fodlan.
Excellent job, everyone. The battle is over now. While we have sustained heavy losses, our foe has suffered far more.
Although not exactly as planned, a win is a win. It may be safe to say that there will be no more obstacles on our way to the next battle.
We will break through the Tailtean Plains and then set course for Ferdiad, the final chapter of our fight with the kingdom and the church.
Part 2. Crimson Flower. Lone Moon. Lady of Deceit. After a narrow victory over the Knights of Seros at Garreg Mach, The Black Eagle Strike Force hopes to secure a route to Ferdiad, the kingdom capital.
The time has finally come to invade the kingdom capital. Or so I declared. In truth, we'll be advancing to a different location. Only you and the rest of the Black Eagle Strike Force can...
There is another location we must take before moving on to Ferdiad. South of the capital, there is a fortress city on the border of the Empire and the... It is called Aryan Road, and we must take control of it at once.
There are many mages within Aryan Road. We will also face Cornelia. We must also contend with Rodrigue, the head of House Freldon. Once we defeat them...
I hear Cornelia has a suspicious magic weapon. We must attack before the enemy can respond. That is why we are preparing an assault before even our allies. Even within our ranks, there is no way to know with certainty that there is not a rat among us.
When Aryan Road falls, we'll focus on striking Ferdiad from both the south and the east. The deeper we carve our way into kingdom and church territory. As ever, I'm counting on you, my teacher.
This is no good. Sing from your diaphragm. Law. Get it? Law.
They won't notice if one person doesn't sing, will they?
Challenge begets victory.
Well done, Professor. Thank you. This was a trying month. The power of Sedith and Flame was not with this victory, which the goddess above shall give away. I have a request for you. This was the power not with the goddess.
Delicious!
Last month's fight with the Knights of Saros was a disaster. Are you asking if I'm okay with killing? Sometimes it's easier to get by without any person.
Hey!
Driving back the Knights of Saros is a big deal. Defeating the Alliance was hugely exciting. Now, if you could only sway the loyalties of the kingdom...
Professor, I have excitement in my heart for secret tactics. I enjoy attacks that are surprising. Yes, surprise attacks, that is a wonderful thing. Surprise attack, that is a...
Dimitri, the king of Fargus. He despises a... I am of the opinion that a man seized by such strong feelings is not fit to be king. It is a sad situation, really. If he cannot suppress his emotions to make... At any rate, I find it...
Professor?
Greetings, Professor. Between Garreg Mach and Ferdiad, that's the site of the ancient battle, where Nemesis, if our forces in, it'll be a clash pack.
Say now.
Yeah. All right, off to the kingdom. What's the matter? I can't help it. Everyone's got...
I see. My brother fought proudly to the end. He said something to me before the battle. I'm gonna see this battle through to... Okay.
I heard that we knew each other for... wow, more than... Think about it. There's no end in sight to the fighting. Together.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes.
Destroying Sethith is a big achievement, but as long... One day they'll probably try to surprise attack.
Okay.
I'm counting on you. I dedicated my life. Now, all that comes from the church is, now that we've even lost Sethith, today I came to beg the goddess to grant me leave to quit my position.
Okay.
Need something? This one? You're all set. See you again soon.
Professor, halt! Don't come. There's something I don't want you to see. So, you know, it's, quite disgraceful. I'm happy that you appreciate.
There are stories of heroes' relics, so many in fact, that especially since we know of relics like those passed down in the families. I'll gladly. I'll.
That reminds me.
You must know about the Western Church, but you probably don't know about 120 years ago. The bishop of the Southern Church, after that, the Empire reconciled with the Central. That history has probably laid the groundwork for the...
How have we come to this? I'd never imagined, Professor. I tried. I get the infirmary is as much a morgue right now. How have we? I'd never, Professor, the infirm. Thank you. Oh.
Well, there's a school of sorcery in Ferdiad, with the study of crests, and I've often thought, I never imagined I might end up invading the place. Oh. Oh.
Hey!
This was a power back with the goddess.
I've been informed of the surprise attack. That information could be devastating were the enemy to find out. Edelgard and those within the army. Initially, I had my own motives, but now...
I've got a dream, you know. I don't know if it'll... Remember when I went to Bridget with Petra? Next time, I want to go even farther. I want to fill a whole book with drawings of the biggest plants I see. Wow. Thank you.
For the fate of Foden.
Attack at your own risk. Attack at your own risk. You're all going down.
Here's my thought.
Right, right.
What do you require? Farewell.
Professor!
I can't believe how long it's been since I left home. Since I was dragged out of the house. 5 whole years. At first, I remember I was desperate to go back, but now it's the opposite. I have friends here, and the monastery's become a second home to me. Back then, I never would have dreamed a day like this would come. It's all thanks to you. You've given me a second chance at life. If not for you, I never would have gotten used to leaving my room. Maybe the battlefields. I'm much better with strangers and new places now, though. What? Independent? That sounds like a tough assignment. You're teasing me, aren't you? Please don't joke around like that. You're still not taking me serious. Friends respect each other's feelings. Good. You're absolutely not allowed to send me out. You would need to come with me. No! I thought we were finally getting close. I'll let you have this one. Hello.
This was a trying. The power of that with the goddess.
What of this? There's a stuff I never.
I'm...
I've been that in fatal inish, but now.
And that concludes my report.
Hubert, I can't shake the feeling that you're keeping more secrets from me.
I have told you before. There are secrets even I am unwilling to share.
I remember. However, I am the Emperor. If the Minister of the Imperial Household does not obey his—
I fear you have misunderstood me. It is true that I am officially your minister, but I serve you purely out of— Perhaps there was a time when I served the Imperial line due to my duty as a member of House Vestra. But since you returned from the kingdom, my loyalty—
I see. Then you are unwilling to obey—
Correct. If you prefer to treat this formally, then I will gladly offer—
You know I would never do such a thing, and that I pay no heed to the title you bear. It is your own presence and capabilities that I value so highly, Hubert. Our families have no bearing on this.
In that case, Lady Edelgard, I ask you to turn a blind— They're trifles. You should focus on the path ahead of you. The Scarlet Path I have carefully prepared. Whether that path is red with blood is not something you need trouble yourself.
As Emperor, I'm obliged to accept that answer. However, you speak often of painting the path I walk. I am the one you serve, but I trust you, Hubert. And that is precisely why I want to know everything. If I'm truly the center of your world.
Very well. You have me beaten. From the assassins I've eliminated, to the gold I've spent on bribes.
Wait a moment. Are you saying you have—
Yes. That is the one secret I had particularly hoped—
Well, that's utter nonsense. You can't possibly keep something so fascinating from—
It is you, lady.
Hubie, I've been thinking.
What's this all about?
It's about what you said before. About your path.
You mean the path that Lady Edelgard and—
I guess I don't really understand that kind of thing since I've always been focused on my own goals. But you, Adie, Professor, all of you are fighting for an ideal. That's big. It touches everyone. Then there's me. With my hands full thinking—
One person seems enough to me. Do you have something more to say? It is unlike you to seem so—
I guess so. It's just— about whether Adie might command you to marry me.
What?
Perhaps Adie might—
No need to—
Like I said, but if you and I were devoted to one, maybe I'd finally understand your path.
Seems it's my turn to not understand. Did you just propose marriage as a— How exactly would such an—
Oh, it'll benefit—
Go on.
Well, this path you're walking with, isn't that enough?
I suppose your contribution to our cause has been noteworthy. I've no complaints. And if you are able to walk the path as I—
So, will you consider it? You made me wonder what it's like to be whole.
I must thank you for lending your expertise to the aid of Her—
Your gratitude is wasted on me, Hubert. I choose this situation and I could carry out my research anywhere, of course.
Is that so?
Hubert, there's something—
Depends.
It concerns your
Then no.
Oh, by all means, cover your ears and run out of the room. Your father, the Marquis of Vestra, well, he was practical and never sought power for the sake of power. Do you think such a man would so easily betray his emperor, even if led astray by the Prime Minister?
Clearly, yes. He played a large part in the assault on the palace. The thought of those treacherous arms reaching out—
Agreed. The palace walls are stuffed with countless truths. I hoped you would have the capacity, but I fear that where your father is concerned—
I'll take that under—
Feel free to ignore me. I know full well I believe your father had something bearing a stain on his honor, being purged by his own son. I speak from knowledge. As some—
Let's say you're right. Suppose he did it. It doesn't matter. Doesn't change his actions or— My father was a traitor to House Rasvelg, and he did— That was me protecting something I can—
I can see the right of that. Continue protecting what you wish to protect.
That's the last of them. Another threat to Her Majesty?
It's me.
Shamir.
Same thing you are. But the dark side of the Knights of Saros is... I should have known, having been one.
I had thought we'd sufficiently thin the numbers of these scum. In any case...
Save it.
Even so, killing your former ally...
You wouldn't.
You are not me.
What's it matter? I owed a debt to Rhea. I served in the Knights of Saros. I repaid that debt. I'm sure it was considered dishonorable of me to leave. I have no connection to the Saros faith.
That's well. Consider me glad you're on the right.
You worry too much.
Huh? Caspar? Oh no. Is he looking for a fight with someone taller than him?
This is it. Today's my day. Caspar's day.
Yes, Caspar, just like that. Just as we practiced. Yes, dodge. Yes. He's open. Punch him right in the...
And then I got him. Bam! Right in the solar Hey, are you even listening?
I'm listening. I am sad to say, however, that the tale is slightly less thrilling.
You should be more excited.
We?
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without you're a strategic
Nonsense. I just rambled on. What's really amazing is how you...
Whoa. I've never heard you compliment me before. Seriously, though, I couldn't have done it without... Like you said, I wouldn't give up on fighting, and
I should have expected that, I suppose. I guess this friendship is something that we can never escape.
Are you saying you want to escape from our...
Not at all.
You got that right. Even if we argue and butt heads some, we'll never have to fight it out.
Understood. I don't desire to fight anyone anyway. This war is...
Well, that makes sense.
Let's you and I come out the other side of this war
Definitely.
I was under the impression you were going to break all of your...
Cut it out, Lindhar.
I'm just glad you're back to painting. I guess I should have kept my opinions about your painting.
Maybe you should have.
So what do you suppose is the name for...
Am I in your way again?
Ugh, no. I'm talking about when two people are together, but not together.
I'm not...
Oh, alone? Well, there it is then. We're each here alone, yet together. So we're
alone. That's just a nice way of saying you want to be alone, right? Alone.
Please, Bernadetta, you shouldn't go. Being alone together means we each have the concentration one gets from time alone, but also the thrill. I find it to be an exhilarating...
Huh? When I'm painting, and I know you can see, is that the thrill you...
Here's what I wish to point out about your paint. Your lines are bolder, your color choices...
Did you actually just...
I was just... Look, you probably have talent.
Oh no, I'm on to you now. You're scheming, but you won't get anywhere by flattering me. Try all you want to get your hooks into my heart.
I'm not sure how praising you means I'm...
I have a heart of stone.
What a shame.
You will? No,
I don't understand you one whit. However, if you want... Professor Hanneman.
Linhar.
Last time we talked, you mentioned... I gave it some thought, and in the end...
Well, no need to panic.
What's your goal?
Oh, I want to create a world where everyone can access the power.
Huh. But then wouldn't you end up studying in that world, you'd be killing yourself trying to do...
Ah, you may be right. The more people who have crests, and with more students, that also means there would be less of the back and forth you don't have the energy for. Does that still do...
To be brutally honest, it would be way less exhausting. That's like fish...
So you at least understand. If someone's going to see results, that's a thought that keeps me moving.
That sounds like enthusiasm. But if we work together...
Are you saying you would agree to study crests with...
In the end, I think it would probably be more... I don't even have anyone to show any...
As it were, But the future shall hold even greater things than that.
Gardening with you is a lot of fun, Lady.
I feel the same. You know,
I looked after flowers a lot back. They don't talk, they don't get angry.
they are sweet. Unlike people,
You're sweet too, Lady Edelgard. I mean, not you can talk or...
Well,
You're really kind. I'm less scared of you. Most nobles are terrifying, but getting the chance to talk to you like this makes me glad.
I'm glad too. You made quite a few friends at the academy, didn't? I had heard rumors about the reclusive daughter of House Varley.
Rumors? About me?
There's no need to be embarrassed.
You're right. I'm not really a recluse now. I won't let the...
I'm happy to hear it.
Thank me? Wait, do you mean you need to thank me for all...
That mind of yours, no. Before I met you, I was more prone to anger. So, thank you for that.
Oh, I'm done for!
It's okay, I'm thanking...
Oh,
You did. Enough talk, don't you think?
Right.
Bernadetta, I hope you'll keep spending...
Of course I will. Hey, look.
So...
Ah, young Edelgard.
That's right. When I couldn't allow the church to learn of my crests.
True enough. But now, can I take that as an indication?
I suppose so. Though I'm still...
Tell me.
Well, we're fighting to free the world from the church. You must have some idea of what the world...
With the world freed from the powers of
Precisely. Our current system is found if we shatter the status quo so that those without crests are no longer at the mercy of those with...
Why should that have any effect on me?
Perhaps the fate of the nobility is of no consequence to you. You've devoted your life, whereas I seek to create a world where crests are no longer valued. Does this not
I see. You imagine I assure you, there is nothing to worry about. But at the same time, I also believe that is why I must continue.
I see.
Ah, this...
Hello, Ferdinand.
What is that supposed to mean? Perhaps you expected me to hold a grudge against you after our...
Have you now?
I took it hard at the time. I always thought that I equaled you in skill, or even surpassed. Yet a true noble does not give... I will continue my training, and one day I will be...
You really are in a good...
Yes, one day I will surpass your ability.
Ferdinand, honestly, I couldn't care less. Your fierce determination doesn't come from your... The reason I value you and want to be friends with you is because of who you...
I have something. Certainly we must recognize the... But for those of us born into from birth, nobles must excel. This environment breeds superior individuals. And without that cycle, there would be no political elite.
So you're saying that the kind of world
I would not go so far as to say your way is... If you insist upon undoing the nobility, we can provide free education for all. And then select the highest performing students for more intensive... I truly believe that people are products of their environment.
Finding a way to educate... I'm impressed by how much thought you've given. No matter what shape the world takes, people with strong principles who will argue with me and force me to consider ideas...
Yes, exactly! Finally,
I've always thought of you as a value.
Edelgard, I have to tell you something. Do you know what my ancestor Derek von... He said, you are an imperial being.
Halt, Ferdinand. There's a time and a place...